For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. Glad you are along the last part of August 2020. We're trying to push this year out as quickly as we can so we have a fresh start in 2021. But that's a whole nother story. Today we've got two very interesting segments with people from the St. Clair Art Association, and also Alice Reives will be along from Mid-City Nutrition, and she's got some information about the Empty Bowls program, which is coming up. Lorin Hannon from St. Clair Art Association and Shawn Smith, nice to see you both. An article in the Voice magazine, Voice newspaper the other day about St. Clair Art Association forges ahead amid COVID-19, and you've got a new art display going in the windows. Talk to me about it.
Well, we were supposed to have an exhibit showing in the Art Association in August. There was a few different exhibits arranged, but obviously because of COVID, the Art Association's been shut down, so then they decided last month they had Bill Littlejohn and John Steffi showing their work, and they did quite well in it, so they asked us to put our work in too. So at least people can window shop. They can call the Art Association if they're interested in a piece. The last two guys sold a lot of pieces.
Oh, really?
They were very
Okay.
pleased with the showing. So, we're hopeful that the Art Association will be open. They're shooting for mid-September to open the doors, but until then, people can window shop.
So how does the window shopping work?
There's a phone number in the window and the web address in the window, so they can just call the number and then they'll make an appointment to meet someone.
Does that number come to you guys, or it goes to the Art Association?
It goes to the Art Association,
Okay.
but they're monitoring it, and so it can be pretty quick if somebody's interested in a piece.
Shawn, have you done this kind of a show before?
I haven't, no. I've never done anything quite like this. I've done a couple shows where it's been in a gallery opening or in a month-long gallery showing, but no, I've never done anything like this.
This is something unique, as all of 2020 is, so it fits right in, doesn't it?
Exactly, exactly.
So, all right, you both brought along some pictures. Let's go through them. If the guys in the control room will throw them up on the back screen, we'll talk about them. But let's go through Lori's first. That was the first bin there, guys. And how long have you been taking pictures? And is this the medium you like?
Well, I am the art teacher at St. Clair Middle School, so I do like to dabble in lots of things.
No, those are
We
Shawn's.
should start with Shawn.
Okay, Shawn, go ahead. Go ahead, Shawn, you start.
All right, this is one that I took when we took a trip out west. This was at Glacier National Park.
Oh, I love that park.
This was on a hike up to, I believe it was Glacier Lake. It was a long hike.
Yeah.
But it was well worth it once we got to the top, and we got to see beautiful stuff like this. It was a little overcast, as you can see, but it really brought out a lot of the detail in the trees.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, what's the next one? Ooh, I like that.
This one was taken on the same trip. We took a trip with my son who had graduated high school. He wanted to go out to California. This is California Beach.
Don't they all?
Oh, exactly. This was taken on we actually camped on a beach in California. It was more northern California. This was after we got to the campsite. Someone had already put up their tent. I just love the way that the sun was setting with the beach grasses, and I kind of captured that.
Okay, next. Ooh.
This was taken at Canyonlands in Utah. This was another kind of a family trip. We drove out. Again, it was a little drizzly, rainy that day, but sometimes those are the best ways that you can get a lot of detail.
So there's some mountains in the background there. Is that
correct? Yeah. Really couldn't tell you which ones they were at this.
They were called big.
They mountains. Were, big mountains. It was just incredible. A lot of people always talk about the Grand Canyon and a lot of these places in Utah, and until you actually go and experience those things, it's just you could talk about it, but until you're there, you have to.
Well, it was the same for me in Glacier National Park. I went there a very long time ago, and what a gorgeous place. It wasn't as commercial as Yellowstone. It was more
Exactly.
more really preserved and what nature was like. It was gorgeous.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Okay, next. Ooh, I like that.
This was taken at D-Bar-A Scout Camp in Metamora. This was taken on a fall camp out. My wife and I have two, actually they're both Eagle Scouts now, but we've been involved with Scouts for a while in Marine City. So this was one of our fall camp outs. Just took a walk. I always take my camera with me.
Yep.
It was just beautiful.
Never leave home without it.
I do not. I just, liked the fall colors and the way that it looked over this little lake, and it was just a really nice shot.
Okay, next. Ooh, something unique there.
Yeah, this was, it was actually taken in Sault Ste. Marie, Canada. My oldest son goes to Lake Superior State University in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. We went across the bridge there and took a little walk. They have a little trail like in this marshy area. I really like to take black and white photos, again, to bring out a lot of the details. And it really did with this. It was taken in the spring. So a lot of those weeds were just after the thaw, and they were just kind of.
So there's a touch of
like
ice
that.
on them then.
There probably are in the corners. Like this photo here is a little bit cropped down from the original, but yes, around some of the edges there were. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
And next. Ooh, so that's unique.
This was taken at another scout camp. I believe this was Gerber Scout Camp. But it was they had put up the picnic tables for the winter, and it was after kind of a fresh snow, kind of sticking to it.
Yeah.
I really like to work with. I like to throw a little bit of design in things with using lines, using like I mentioned details a few times, and using lines and circles and different kind of shapes in photos really tend to bring the eye to it.
How long? Oh, look at this. Wow.
That was taken. That was a causeway in Florida. My parents are snowbirds, and they kind of go down there for the winter. So we went and visited them. This was on a causeway over one of the rivers. I think it was the Banana River. It's on the east side of Florida.
Again, the use of black and white.
Mm-hmm. And it really brings. Another reason why I just love black and white. It just really pops, and especially with architecture, brings out a lot of the details.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been a photographer?
I started taking photos when I was in high school. I was on the yearbook team.
Okay, there you go.
Did that. Worked in the darkroom a lot with film photography. Gave it up for quite a few years. Probably around 2012, I started to get back into photography and pick it up.
So, and Lori, you've been an art teacher at the middle school, you said, and
Right.
What got you into photography? Do you do art, other kinds of art too, or just photography?
Mainly now photography. It's kind of just started with, as I'm driving to school, you see the sky starting to develop with the sunrise, and I would pull over and take a picture. So that just kind of started a habit of every morning getting a picture in. Well, since March and the shutdown, I've had a little more time. So it's been really nice to be out there a little bit longer instead of just for one shot that you get on the way to work. So I've been kind of getting out there a little bit earlier and watching the morning develop. That was taken this summer.
I've looked at this picture now 5 or 6 times before we started the show, and that's the first time I've seen the bird there.
Yeah, there's
just
a lot,
off of the.
Yeah, there's a bird, and the sun is rising, and it's shining on the harbor sign, and the Canadian freighters coming up the river, and yeah, so
The
it's
clouds
just,
are gorgeous.
Yeah, and they. So
Okay.
it's just Shawn goes all around. I pretty much stay St. Clair.
You're a home girl.
Yeah, I stay along the river. I kind of rotate between St. Clair, Marine City. I'll go to as far as Algonac. A lot of times I'll look at the freighter app that I have, and I'll see where they're going to be, or where the timing might be best if I go to St. Clair, Marine City, or sometimes I'll take something in Marine City and I'll follow them to Algonac. So it's because I've had the time in the mornings
That's
now.
quite a frame.
So that was right in front of the St. Clair on the boardwalk.
Okay, next. Ooh,
That
this
was
is.
early spring, like that might have been May.
Now, did you touch that up a little bit?
A little bit, but
add the little bluish to the...
No, I didn't
to the-
add, I'll brighten it up a little bit, but yeah, that was a beautiful morning with the clouds and the flowers.
Oh, this is the flower garden in
Right.
front of the scenic
Little,
turnout, the
yep, right
parking
there,
lot
right
there.
there. I kind of go there a lot.
Yeah, okay, next. Ooh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and that's towards the end, closer to the Voyager. So
And that's the new boardwalk,
and the
I
new
think.
boardwalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was taken. All of these were taken in the last few months.
Okay, next. Oh,
Yeah.
lots of classic.
Yeah, that was also at some point this summer. So I just love the smoke, the detail of the
Yep.
smoke. And,
Steam.
Yeah, steam.
Next. Oh,
Well, that-
tell me the story on this one now.
Now,
Jason.
yeah, that photo looks a little blurry, but that's the photo that was chosen to be on the banners downtown.
Right.
So you might recognize that one, the recreation department.
That banner program has been a great program for everybody involved. The Art Association,
Yeah.
for you, for
Now, the
other people.
recreation department did the banners this
Right,
year, but
yeah.
they asked me for a few pictures because they knew I take a lot.
yeah.
So I gave them a few to choose from, and they chose that one.
Okay,
So
next.
That's nice.
Oh,
That
must be
was-
Lake Huron.
That was Lake Huron. Yeah, so I guess I go that far north too. There's a little Craft, at the end of Craft Road, there's a tiny little beach. And I went there.
Is that debris there in front of the? There's sort of like a. There's the edge of the stone here, and then a little
Yeah.
water, and then something else. It's just.
Just some more water and
More
then the waves,
water.
yeah. So that's
So how long have you been
taking pictures. A few years now, yeah.
Oh,
But
look at that one. There we go.
Oh.
That's gorgeous.
that one is in front of there's a little park in front of the regatta on Marine on the way to Marine
In
City.
East China Township.
East China Township. So that's a big spot. So I'll go to the boardwalk. I'll go to that little park. I'll go to the Marine City Beach, by the lighthouse too, and up to Mount Algonac. So I just, you could be in the same spot every day, and the sky changes everything. So that's what I really like about it.
Okay, so you guys are going to have a show
Mm-hmm.
together in the windows of the St. Clair Art Association from now through when?
The end of September, because we just set it up this week. So it's on display, and so yeah, end of September.
Well, it's a unique idea, and I think it's a great idea. And
Yeah.
obviously, is this all the stuff that's going to be on display, or more to stuff?
Well, if something sells, we'll replace it with some other items. We are going to have a TV screen like this in the corner rotating lots of our photos. So people, if they see something on the TV that they like, that it's not displayed, they can just, let us know. And we can.
Well, it's a labor of love and a love of art, and
Right.
the Art Association, Jason Steyer and the rest of the crew down there are phenomenal people, and
Right.
Alice was a great lady to get it all started.
Yes. And they're looking forward to it opening again soon. So
Yeah. Well, the shop looks so great at Christmas time
yeah,
because it's a great place to shop at Christmas
Right.
time. So
right.
hopefully they get open in September and can continue to do that. Well, we wish you both luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having
Thank
us
you.
in.
Thanks.
Yeah. Coming up next is the aforementioned Alice Reives, and we'll be right back. A lady who is we'll call her a frequent visitor to the Focus program, Alice Reives, welcome back.
Thanks, Paul.
Nice to see you.
Always good to see you.
Nice to see
Yes.
you. We've got a couple things we're going to talk about, but the first one is empty bowls. I've never heard about it. I'm just new to the world.
Okay.
What is an empty bowl?
An Empty Bowl is a worldwide organization that was started in Oxford, Michigan by a
Really?
group of art teachers.
Okay.
Back in 1980 something, I believe, later 80s, early 90s, and they wanted their students to be aware that there is hunger in more than around the world, that we have hunger in our communities. So the premise is that you get a pot or bowl, you get local potters to throw bowls and fire them and glaze them, and you go to an event and you take the bowl home empty.
Oh, okay.
You have a very meager dinner, a bowl of soup, not in the bowl that you're taking home empty. Typically cracker, a cookie, and a glass of water or a cup of coffee. And that's your dinner.
And you make a donation to do that?
You make a donation to do that, and the cost is $25. And if you went to a local art show, that bowl that you're purchasing would cost $25. So you're purchasing the bowl and you get dinner for free.
You've got some great local artists that are involved. Deb Maxwell is one that
Yep.
comes to mind right away. You can tell me some other names.
Deb Maxwell, Lori Conger, the St. Clair Art Association that
Yep.
was just here before me. Carolyn Shemansky is the pottery teacher, and every year they throw, I think, 40 to 50 bowls for us. Sally Haas,
Jason
Steyer, and now his Twyla Waite, who is the
Yep.
new art teacher. They did, I think those kids did about 70 bowls this year.
Riverview East is just a gem in the
It is.
community.
It certainly is.
I see those students from time to time.
Yep.
They come and work for me too.
Yeah.
And it's just, they need a little extra direction and support, and Jason and Tyla and the rest of the crew down there are great.
Yeah, and education isn't the same for everybody.
Correct.
What works for me might not work for you.
Correct.
So yeah.
So empty bowls this year, how many years have you as Mid-City Nutrition been doing empty bowls?
We've been doing them, this is our 17th annual
17th.
year.
Ooh.
And every year when we go to Rovin, they say, you guys are still there? Typically they last 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And the artists just kind of peter out.
Right.
But I've said a million times, St. Clair County is the most amazing, giving community, I think, in the country.
Well, good.
Definitely in the
don't
county,
disagree.
yeah,
I don't disagree.
in the state, yeah, it's amazing.
So you will raise money
Mm-hmm.
from people donating the $25 to get a bowl of soup
Yep,
and a bowl.
correct.
Where is that going to happen this year?
Well, this year we're going to do it a little differently, just like everybody else. It was scheduled to be held in April, and we said we would not cancel this event, that we would postpone it. So it will be held on September 18th. And Deb Johnson, who's another regular on your
Yep,
show, has
yep.
very graciously, they are going to hold it there at 3111 Electric Avenue in Port Huron. You'll go in, someone will take your order, you'll drive up as far as the galley, they'll bring out your soup, your bowl, and everything in a bag.
Oh,
And then if you've bid on the silent auction, because we will have a silent auction, and that will start, bidding can start at 10 a.m. on Friday, September 4th, and the website is www.sccmh,
lots of C's.
.org/shop.
St. Clair County,
County
Community Mental Health. .org.
Yes, .org/shop. And the auction will close Thursday, the 17th. You'll be called to let you know whether you've won one of the items or not, and you can pick it up and pay for it when you come down to get your dinner.
Okay, so now we've got people there, and we're raising money. What's the money going to go for?
Money's going to go into operations.
Okay.
It's the only fundraiser we have, and it will go into operations.
Okay.
We build our budget around this particular fundraiser.
Okay. But you also are doing something else,
We are.
and that's
We are.
building a building.
Yes, we are.
You happen to have a new video on your website, and I'm going to have the fellows in the control room
Okay.
run it right now, because it gives a great explanation of who Mid-City Nutrition is and what you do and what your next step is going to be. So let's take a
Okay.
look at that
All right.
right now.
Imagine a world where your first thought of the day is not what you're going to have for breakfast, but rather,
Really well
will
done.
I be able
Yeah.
to eat it all today? Hunger is an everyday issue for hundreds of people in our community, and though we may not want to think about something so difficult, it is our reality. Mid-City Nutrition, affectionately known as the Soup Kitchen, has been serving the homeless and hungry since 1987. The Soup Kitchen is currently located at the St. Martin Lutheran Church on Chestnut Street in Port Huron and serves our community from the basement. Now imagine serving 241 meals a day, over 1,200 meals weekly, nearly 5,000 meals monthly, and an annual service of meals that exceeds 60,000 from that location. There will always be the need for donations of food, but in order to serve our fellow brothers and sisters who cannot provide for themselves, it is time for change. Change in this case is location and accessibility. Our future home site is located at 830 Griswold in Port Huron. The new building will become a place where those less fortunate can come and sit comfortably for a meal, which will be easily accessible. No stairs, a clean, safe environment. The new building will have a kitchen that can actually produce enough meals and a second educational kitchen that will provide needed knowledge and skills to those who are given food that they can prepare off-site, as well as a space for the general public to utilize for trainings and special events. Today, we are asking you to be the change. You can be the solution. You can decide to partner with others in our community to raise walls and take down others. Join us in this war against hunger and to make this new building a place that will stand through time and serve our community and our people with good nutrition, respect, and dignity. We are the answer. We are the change. You, me, and those in our community. Join us to feed the hungry in a new building with change and hope for everyone.
That's the name of it, the Soup Kitchen, Mid-City Nutrition. Alice Reives, the executive director, that's a great video. Ernest
Awesome.
Worth did the voiceover and
Yep,
produced
Ernest
that.
Worth Toward, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
He got hitched up.
Yeah, he did.
Good guy.
Yes.
From Habitat for Humanity doing that for you. Okay, so you got two things actually going. We got Empty Bowls,
Correct.
which is coming up September the 18th. And I go to the SCCCC Community Mental Health website, and I register there, and I can prepay, I suppose, and do.
You can go to Eventbrite and purchase a ticket,
Yep.
or you can purchase a ticket on site at St. Clair Community Mental Health. Weekends downtown in Port Huron is open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Or you can come right to Mid-City Nutrition at 805 Chestnut Street in Port Huron, and we have tickets on site there.
Okay, so we're going to have the Empty Bowls. We're going to raise some money for your operating expenses, and then separate to that, you've got the plans coming along for the new building.
Yes.
And
We're
that's
looking to break. We were going to break ground this spring, but nobody expected COVID.
No.
So we're looking this fall.
well. We always are glad to have you come along, and what little support we can give, we're glad to do, and we'll continue to do that.
And we appreciate it. Thank you.
Alice Reives is her name, ladies and gentlemen. One of the great people in our community that we're so lucky to have involved. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Paul Dingerman. See you soon with my pencil.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingerman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.